So from the highs of talking about the reigning defending 2024 NBA World Champion Boston
Mhm.
Celtics to the lows of Rayshon Buchanan's New England Patriots, they lose 20-17 in overtime to those Titans from Tennessee. I mean, just the toughest opponent ever. Drake Maye had to do everything in his fucking power to
Mhm.
force overtime. And because he understands, it looked like the game plan understands it too. He needs to be absolutely perfect and Herculean for us to win. He throws a disastrous interception in overtime to end it. Obviously, another stat before I turn it over to you, Ray. It showed up on CBS. I don't know if you were watching the game. It said this is the most that a quarterback has rushed for the New England Patriots since Steve Grogan. If
Logan.
that is your stat, you're not doing well. I'm
Right.
sorry. I love Grogan, but aside from the 76 team, that's it. And he was the backup in 85 against the Bears. But if you're being compared to Patriot quarterbacks from 1970s, we're not in a good spot. So, what were your takeaways from that game? Give me your positives, your negatives. Give it all to me, Ray. I want to hear it all.
I mean, well, quick aside before I get to that, like, if he was compared to Jim Plunkett, that'd have been cool. But Jim Plunkett just didn't win here. He won in Oakland. So he was a decent quarterback at the time.
How about let's be compared to Tom Brady from now on, or Drew Bledsoe? I'll take those two.
Sure, but it's just like that's a lot early on. I feel like, but I mean, listen, that final drive felt like it. That final
Sure
drive felt
did.
like you and Tom, because I said I conceded. I was like, say I don't think that they find a way to tie this shit up, and I'm like, I see him basically doing, Brett Favre, pre-scammer Brett Favre, and having a backyard, football game and
Yeah.
just, Favre Mondre in the end zone. I was like, wow. I'm like, this is the guy. Because once again, we had never, ever, ever seen Mac Jones make a play like that. Ever.
No.
Mac Jones would have been sacked at the 30-yard line. Once again, not an opinion. It's a fact of life. So it's all good. But listen, the pros is that we found a guy. We found a guy. He accounted for 300 yards of the 315. 300 of 315. Like unreal.
Right.
Unreal. So he's clearly the offense. And he's clearly your best player. And once again, it goes back to what we talked about. And you fucking waited. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all
Oh,
because y'all waited.
well, no,
You know,
that's not
yeah,
that shouldn't be the
once again,
take, dude. That can't be
listen,
the take. You can't see what you've seen from him over the last 4 games and say, "Wow, they should have played him sooner." What you should say is,
oh, only,
"They're
only because he played really well. So if you're gonna lose, give me the guy that he continues to grow, and just give me that because
listen, man."
it's
He's
it's too
had
much.
he's had 4 starts, right? Four
Mhm.
or three or four starts, and already
It's
one
also
concussion
mhm.
and one concussion. So he's getting concussed a third of the time he's out there. So like, we don't want that to happen. That was
No, of
that
course
was
not.
my
But
argument the entire time.
no. But the thing is, and you're slick. But that's why I'm here. That concussion didn't happen on the play that you thought it was going to happen on. It happened on him running out of not the line. It wasn't because of the line. He ran because he was trying to make a play, which I'm totally fine with. That's a football play. I'm totally fine with that. That happens. That can happen to any quarterback. So obviously, and you saw he switched it up Sunday, right? Instead of him sliding, I mean, he slid a couple times, but he was like, wait, I'm 6'4, 230. What am I doing? I'm not going to slide. I'm going to run into you because you can't fucking tackle me. And it worked. So I'm thankful that he was fearless. I'm thankful that he said, I'm going to play how I want to play, regardless. And I'm just like, yes. In the words of Jerry Springer, turn me on. Like I was excited. I was excited to see him be fearless out there because that's what it's going to take. Leave no doubt. And yeah, we know the line is trash. I can argue that the line has looked a little bit better with him back there. And that's because he makes more things happen, out of the pocket. So, as we saw on that final play. But yeah, no, I mean, listen, he's been awesome. But like you said, give some of the cons. I don't really have 1,000 cons. The cons is just how bad the fucking defense is.
How
And
are they so bad? How?
well, I mean, listen, Okay, so if we take the emotion out of it, no Peppers, no Duggar, no Barmore, no Bentley. So okay, right? Analyst wise, yes. When you're losing that much of the defense, of course you're not going to be what you were. But if you were a defensive player as a coach, like you're a player, you were a player, right? You played, so he was a defensive player, he's a linebacker, and you were working with Steve Belichick on the defense the last several years, and they were guys were decent. So you go from that to that became your calling card to now you're in that position that you're at the helm, you're the head honcho, and the defense looks like me at a YMCA flag football game. It's fucking insane, and I'm over it. And shout out to I forget who wrote it on Twitter, but it's like shout out to the people that's calling out Drake Maye saying, "Hey, he's not getting enough critique or criticism, excuse me, for not having his defense ready." Once again, I'm not putting on DeMarcus Covington because this is his first go around at this, and he's been in the organization the last 7 years, so he hasn't really had that much responsibility in organization until now. So this is him taking his lumps and being getting better one game at a time, one possession at a time. But for Mayo, it's like, bro, like you've been on that side of the ball as a player and then now as a coach. You got to be better in that regard. Like, and once again, it sucks that your OC is inept as well. But it's like, damn, bro, like something's got to give at that moment, and that's why I understand why people were calling for his head. It wasn't about not wanting him to succeed, but it's like, bro, if you're not learning from the mistakes in week 9, like what are we doing? But
Right.
let me ask you this: do you think they should have went for 2 when they tied it? I mean, when they scored at the end, because that's gonna be all week. So, do you think they should have went for 2?
No.
Why not?
What has this offense done or to prove to you that they could have picked up whatever yards they needed to do that?
I think you run a naked boot. I think Drake could score. But I understand. I understood the premise behind it. What I'm thinking of, you already have players thinking, man, we're not aggressive. Man, we don't do this. Man, we don't do that. You're not going to the playoffs anyways. You're not going to the playoffs, you're not going to the Super Bowl. Why not just throw caution to the wind and say, fuck it, let's go win it. Because maybe you invigorate them in that moment. They say, you know what? All right, our coach believes in us to get it done. Fuck it, let's go do it, fellas. And then they get the 2-point conversion. Once again, the same play they ran to Stevenson last week would have worked perfectly. Shout out to the left, shallow cross out to the left, boom, touchdown. I mean, 2-point conversion, game
Yeah,
over.
I
You
just
know,
think that there are only a couple coaches in the NFL that actually have the autonomy to make that call, and I don't think Mayo has it. So I think that call came from above. I don't think it's Mayo's.
who the call? You telling me that Robert Kraft got on the call and said go for the tie?
No, 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 no. But no. There's but every team has their stat geeks now, right? Like that's a popular phrase. Like I don't think that I think there are two coaches in the league that have the complete autonomy to do whatever they want to do. And as far as 2-point conversions, and that's John Harbaugh and that's Dan Campbell. But
So that's
also,
that's Sean Payton.
I, I think I think
I mean,
he's a
maybe not that roster, but there was a
but he's a
time when,
he tends to play the percentages anyway too.
yeah,
So you know, I I don't know. Like I'd rather be on on right now killing Mayo about the fact that it's very clear why he wasn't a defensive play caller
yeah,
for the Patriots because he
yeah.
doesn't know how to he
I
doesn't know
don't
how
know.
to even talk about the scheme. But I
Yeah,
get it.